Right then, gang. Ooh, voice is going already. Welcome to week number 3 of the programme, and it gets a little bit more interesting than just track your food now. So these are, well, the idea with this anyway is that over time we're looking to kind of instill habits that do become habitual. And one of the two key ones that we're going to focus on this week is water and steps. And people always kind of bang on they're important, so I just really want to go through the rationale behind why we're doing it, how to do it, and also kind of the targets that we're aiming for. So what I'm going to be going through is really just kind of why NEAT is so important, what that actually is, why 7,500 is the target, why 2 litres is the target, and also just go through the actual task of the week. So NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis, is essentially kind of the amount of energy or calories you're burning during the day outside of unstructured work. So outside of the gym, going for runs, things like this. This is just fidgeting, moving around. And really the reason why this is so important is there's some really big studies showing how NEAT can vary incredibly between individuals of the same size, the same age, the same muscle mass. So they put them in these metabolic carts or these rooms. So for those who've done the metabolism test with me, imagine that you don't have to breathe into the mouth, they actually sit in a room and they're there for a day. And they would fidget a lot more, and the disparity between the amount of calories some people would burn compared to the others is incredible, and it really shows that this is massively important. So some people might burn 2,000 calories difference compared to someone else, which is a whole day of eating for, say, a normal man. So it just kind of shows you why it's so important. And the thing with the gym session, you're only going to be in there for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes. You're going to be burning, say, 300, 400, 500 calories, whereas NEAT can be massive. The other thing we see as well is that with NEAT, it actually can drop if your calories drop as well. So if we have an aggressive calorie cut, what can happen is you fidget less, so therefore you move less as well. So we really need to do what we can to move a little bit more, okay? And that doesn't mean fidgeting more. If you fidget more, great, but it means we need to do steps, okay? Which is the easiest way to measure it. And if we just kind of compare this, I think, as I mentioned as well, kind of our gym sessions is pretty kind of set in terms of how much you burn. I think with the gym as well, especially kind of strength training, the goal is not here to burn the calories in the session, it's to build muscle. And that's the reason why I hate when people look at your Apple Watch, how many calories did you burn in your gym session? That's not the goal, okay? It's more to do with building muscle mass, enabling you to eat more carbohydrates and burning more calories at rest over the day. In terms of NEAT though, you can kind of there's so many opportunities you've got during the day, not just walking, where you can improve that, okay? So it's just moving more. Make the effort to do that if you really think your fat loss is your goal, especially if you don't have the wiggle room with your metabolism. So in terms of 7,500, why we choose that is that firstly 10,000 is pretty arbitrary, and that came from now pushing a pedometer, and also 10,000 is pretty hard to hit, especially as you get a bit older. It can be very difficult to do the amount of steps in a normal day when you've got family, when you've got a job, and when you've got work. So this is the reason, and anecdotally, I find 7.5 works quite well. It's still significant in that you have to really make an effort, but at the same time, it's not all consuming. Now, we don't have to hit 7.5. That's not like a hard and fast rule. My advice is to see where you are now, add 10% and try and do that. The other option is, as the weather gets better, it's a case of, right, go on a 15 to 20 minute... Oh, have I stopped? Don't do this. Oh, there we go. Got bored of me. So, go on a 15-minute early, go on a 15-minute walk later. If you've got a walking pad, use that where you can. Or it can be just kind of moving during the day. So parking further away, walking when you're on calls, standing at your desk. These types of things can all kind of help add it up. So normally when it comes to baseline, people come in when they do the testing with me, I'll say, what's your weekly step like, your daily steps like? Most people say probably 5,000 to 6,000. But if you actually look at your health app, so just click on health, scroll down to sharing, click on the heart, go into sharing, click on steps, and you'll see your weekly average. See where it is, okay? An idea, we're looking for that 6,000 to 9,000, and that normally comes with active jobs. Desk-bound individuals normally burning only around 2 to 4, and you're going to have to work harder, unfortunately, and that's just the reality of it. Or eat less. So that's your steps. See where you are now, add 10%, and the goal eventually is to get to 7,500. In terms of water, so this is another one where 2 litres, again, may seem arbitrary. It is a little bit. If you really want to be accurate at this, in terms of fluid we're looking for 30 millilitres per kg of target body weight, but I find 2 litres just works well. And The reason why we do that is often people are eating because they're bored and also not just hungry because they're thirsty and they're dehydrated. So it really can help with satiety. It improves energy, okay, improves performance not just at work but also kind of in the gym as well. So that's a big reason. And also the other reason as well, it just helps consistency with our body composition scans. So just keep hydrated and that makes it easier to do. So in terms of kind of how we're hitting the 2 litres, we're not actually looking for just 2 litres of purely fluid. Your food also accounts for this as well. So I find if we aim for 1750 or 1750 from actual fluid, this will make it a lot easier. This was fine, okay? So again, this is just a typical schedule that I like to put together. So I always have like a pint in the morning and then I just kind of consistently kind of have my Stanley and just kind of drink throughout the day. And I really do notice it helps with energy levels and also kind of fullness as well. Other thing as well, tea and coffee does count. There is a bit of a diuretic there, so you might go to the toilet a bit more. Sparkling water, cordial, even say fruit juice, things like that, I'm happy with that. The point is get 1,750 millilitres of pure fluid per day, and alcohol does not count. Okay, so with this, in terms of kind of why they do help, I'll show you now. So what you can actually do to show you how it moves the needle is if you go onto your dashboard, if you click on the tools, if you scroll along to neat, you can actually use this calculator. So if I put my weight in there, just a bit of weight, mine about that, I think. So I'm burning around 330 calories extra per day. So you can start thinking about if I get to say 8,000, 9,000, what's going to be the difference? Is it worth it for another 100 calories or do I eat one less biscuit? You need to kind of make that call. So use that calculator and see what you can actually do. The other thing as well is that with increasing steps, it helps you reduce your stress. It helps improve blood sugar as well. So regulation and kind of any kind of activity does this. So when you start doing activity, kind of blood is just shunted to the working muscles. And the idea with this is that over time we're going to see more and more improvements. I think with the water, it's probably harder to actually see an objective improvement apart from in your body composition test. But subjectively, we definitely kind of feel that benefit. So kind of stick at it, and hopefully kind of over the next few weeks, you will kind of notice something. But when you start kind of putting these two together, they're probably the easiest ones to do. We will see some change regardless. Okay, so that's the goal this week. Hit 7,500 or check where you are now, add 10%. Aim for at least 1750 in terms of your fluid, and that should help you get your 2 litres of fluid per day. Continue to hit your protein targets. Don't worry too much about kind of sharing your meals now. Let's focus on that. If you, share your kind of your daily steps if you like, if that helps you with accountability, and kind of crack on. So I think that's everything. If you've got any questions as ever, just ask. Let's go. Good luck.